Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
And thank you for being here with us. 888-900-3393. We got a ton of stuff today. Also, Chewing the Fat with Jeffy coming up in about half an hour. And it's our over-under picks.
Mm-hmm.
Our annual show where we pick the over and under predictions for the NFL.
We're basically picking wins, losses. Yeah.
And then at the end of the season, whoever finishes last buys everybody else lunch.
Yeah, Jeffy owes us.
Yeah, except it often doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Often.
I have the written record right here.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeffy has not paid up from what I recall.
Nope.
Okay.
He,
Shocker, right?
Yeah, stunning. Absolutely stunning. Before we get into all of that and much more, we got some unbelievable things from KJP.
She's good.
She's great. She really is. Before we get into that, though, let me tell you about Moink. 60% of U.S. pork production comes from one company owned by the Chinese. And their hogs are given something called ractopamine, which is banned in 160 countries, including China.
Yeah, it's got a bad aftertaste. I don't care for it.
No. And, you know, I used to have an entire bowl of ractopamine. And then I decided, you know what? I should probably cut back.
Cut back on that stuff. Okay.
So now I don't do any more than a cup per day.
Okay. Yeah.
But never a bowl.
Yeah, you just don't get it in your meat, though.
Right. Mm-hmm. Now, there is a better way. Let me tell you about Moink. That's Moo plus Oink. And Moink delivers grass-fed, grass-finished beef and lamb, pastured pork and chicken, and sustainable wild-caught Alaskan salmon straight to your door. Don't sleep on the Alaskan salmon. It's delicious.
So good.
Really, really good. I love the filet mignon, of course. That's kind of my go-to dinner. But they have so much that is absolutely delicious and so much better than you can get in the grocery store aisles. You choose the meat delivered in every box, like ribeyes, chicken breasts, pork chops, salmon fillets, lots more. And you can cancel anytime. They're not going to try to lock you in for 2 years or whatever. Shark Tank host Kevin O'Leary called Moink's bacon the best bacon he's ever tasted. And Ring Doorbell founder Jamie Siminoff jumped at the chance to invest in Moink. So, give it a try. You're going to love it. Keep American farming going by signing up at moinkbox.com/unleashed right now. Listeners to this show get free filet mignon for a year.
What?
Free filet mignon in every order for a year. That's a year of the best filet mignon you'll ever taste, just for this limited time only. It's spelled MOINK, moinkbox.com/unleashed.
Pat Gray returns.
I do. Happy to have you return with us. The upside down world continues to spin on its head. And I don't know that there's an end to it in sight.
No.
I keep trying to be optimistic about this, thinking, okay, eventually we're going to turn this around. But again, I think the only way we do that is to turn back to God. It's the only way. So until we're ready to make that commitment, things are going to continue to spin out of control. And, having the worst president of all time doesn't help anything.
It puts you at a disadvantage right out of the starting blocks.
Really kind of does. It's a little disconcerting. Oh, by the way, a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned, I don't know what arrogant thing Joe Biden was doing. But I said, you know what? Watch for Barack Obama to return to the White House and put him back in his place because he's getting too full of himself. Because you remember back in April when Obama showed up, he just humiliated Biden. I mean, the mainstream press didn't talk about it because it was so obvious. There was that one instance, in fact, I don't know if we still have it, but there was that one instance where Obama's kind of in a circle of people, and he's talking to them. Biden approaches from behind them.
Yeah, it's like a school in the playground, right? And,
Yeah.
And all the kids want to hang out with the popular
Yes,
Barack
with the
Obama.
Yep.
And Joe Biden's like, hey, I'm here.
Barack!
Yeah, that's what he was
Barack!
doing.
And you keep hearing him call out Barack's name. Doesn't acknowledge him in the least, even when Biden gets up and touches him on the shoulder to try to get him to turn around.
It's so
he
obvious.
still doesn't. It's amazing. So anyway,
It's embarrassing.
the Obamas return to the White House today. They're doing that, so watch for him to do something that just shows his contempt for Joe Biden. Because I think Barack Obama just doesn't like him.
No.
He could barely tolerate him. He dislikes him almost as much as we do, but
To the point
not
where
quite.
he refused to endorse his former vice president.
Right. Well, and then Biden said, I asked him not to. I asked him not. Don't do that.
Right.
I don't want to have an unfair
That's
advantage.
what he said. I don't want to have an unfair advantage. Like, sure, I want to be president of the United States, but I don't want to do everything I can to make sure that happens.
It was so ludicrous.
Oh, look at
Oh,
this.
good. Here we go. Nice job, Rob.
I mean,
Brooke!
nobody is paying attention to him.
Not even his vice president.
No, and
Barack, but hey, Barack, buddy. Now he's going to up. There he goes.
hey, I'm right here.
Hey.
Hey.
And still he ignores him. Still. That's incredible.
Yep. And
Really incredible.
in fact, you just made the point. Not even as vice president.
yeah.
Can we play the first 5 seconds of that again? Because his vice president, see, Obama has plausible deniability. He never turns around. So he can just act like I didn't know whose hand was on my shoulder. Kamala actually, watch Kamala, watch her. She looks, she says, hey, Joe, hey, okay. And now she is completely
Then she
out.
does the
She doesn't
cackle.
Now she turns her back on him completely after
Yeah.
knowing full well that he's there.
And look at Biden. He is so
What a loser.
upset.
Hey,
He doesn't know where to go or what to do.
what a
Barack, I'm trying to talk to you. Barack. Barack. So I can't wait to see a little of that jelly come up today.
Good. I can't wait
So
to see
great.
that video either. Now you got me. Now I'm actually going to watch that thing today.
Should be fun. Should be fun. I mean, last time, Nancy Pelosi kissed his hand like he was some ruling monarch. And the White House staffers all eagerly lined up to get selfies with Barack Obama. They don't do that for me. I wonder why they don't do that for me. I had more votes than he did. 81 million. Most of whom failed to show up at his Labor Day event. The other day, what were there? I don't know, 20 people?
Yeah, I think
25?
we counted 20 people. Yeah. And they'll say that, that we did that on purpose. We wanted an intimate.
Yeah. Right. That's like washed up rock stars that are playing bars because they want an intimate setting.
I specifically remember Madonna using that line. I wanted more intimate settings.
Yeah, did you? You didn't really want to fill an 80,000 seat stadium. You wanted 100 people in a bar.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that makes sense.
If you're rounding up, it's 100.
So last time, Obama started his little press conference by thanking his vice president, Joe Biden, if you remember, and then tried to laugh it off.
Yeah,
like,
he's like,
I'm
just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, you got this. Thanks, Rob.
Nice. I'm just kidding. A little joke there. I am joking. Have a seat.
Thank you. Vice President Biden, Vice President.
Oh,
That
boy.
was a joke.
The joke. Is it? Is it? Oh, the little hug that made everything okay.
Yeah, made it better.
That
Yeah.
was all set up.
Oh, sure. it was.
Oh, Joe doesn't know that. Shut up. Of course, even if you told him in
still wouldn't
fairness,
know.
he wouldn't have remembered it.
That's right. So, didn't really matter. But people are saying, don't expect any of that today. It's all going to be so cordial and friendly and loving. Okay. So I guess they're unveiling some portraits of the Obamas, which they already did back in 2018. I don't know why they're doing it again.
Oh, gosh. It wasn't
Agonizing.
Obama the guy who hung all the pictures, like every picture in the West Wing was of him, if I recall? Yeah.
Obama?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about that. But
I mean, have we not used all of the paint in the world to paint this guy? Stop.
well, there's not enough paint in the world to do an adequate job painting Barack Obama. He's that magnificent.
Yeah, my bad.
And I think you know that.
Yeah.
So yesterday wasn't the best day for KJP, but was it her worst? I don't know. There's so much to choose from. It's really hard to choose. She referred to Nord Stream pipeline as the Nordstrom pipeline.
Uh-oh.
Check this out.
So you've heard us say this, that what we see Russia's doing, and we've been very clear about this, is that they're using energy, they're weaponizing energy, and it's choosing to one of the things that has been out there, to shut down the pipeline of Nord Stream 1.
Nordstrom 1. So they've got a direct pipeline into the women's lingerie section at Nordstrom. Yeah.
Is this right?
Yeah. But it's very expensive.
Can
lingerie.
we fact check this? Wow, suddenly I care about
Nordstrom.
geopolitics.
The Nordstrom pipeline. Okay, Putin, thank you for showing up again and doing such a terrific job.
And I thought, when I originally saw that video, I thought, don't go off script. Don't take your eyes off of the big book of answers. Mm-hmm. But she was actually looking at it when she said that.
And still called it Nordstrom.
Yeah. Yeah.
So great. Mm-hmm. Peter Doocy had an interesting question. It's about time he asked this because that's been out there for a long time. I mean, how long has she been press secretary? 6 months, maybe? When Big Red stepped down.
Big Red.
and
Jen Psaki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Big Red.
Here's what Peter brought up yesterday.
If we're all in agreement that it is incorrect to say the 2020 election was stolen, what about the 2016 election?
Huh.
Look, I'm not going to go back to where we were or what happened in 2016. We're going to focus on the here and now. We're going to focus on what's happening today.
Okay, good answer. Look, that was bad for us, so I won't talk about any of that.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm pissed that you even brought it up.
That's a little trick that Democrats always try to play. Hillary is famous for doing it when she said, "What difference does it make?"
At this point?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, where does that line... how far back do we go where it's now too far back to address?
I don't know. Do you remember the Obama administration until 2016 was blaming George Bush for everything?
Right.
Since when are you not going to go back? And we all know the only time they won't go back is when it's not beneficial.
And can't we let bygones be bygones? Why don't you just release all of the people you have in solitary confinement that went to the Capitol on January 6th, 2021? I mean, I don't want to go back and live in the past.
But that's all they talk about.
Let's move on.
It's January 6th.
Yeah. But no, that was a good question by Peter Doocy.
Great question.
Why is it okay for Democrats to question the 2016 election, but Republicans can't question the 2020 election? And oh my gosh, look at this tweet from 2016 from KJP herself.
Stolen emails, stolen drones, stolen election. Welcome to the world of unprecedented Trump. Unprecedented Trump.
There you go. It's December 2016. She tweeted
amazing.
out. Stolen election, she said.
You wouldn't believe this stuff if you didn't actually see it unfolding before your very eyes. The lies that they tell you. Again, that's an I am not here kind of lie. When you're looking the person right in the face, you see their body in front of you. I am not here.
I'm looking right at you.
And they expect us to believe it. And to a certain extent, it works.
Yeah, you're the one that's crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Don't try to hold me to my emails from, 6 years ago. Sorry. No. We're living only in the present right now. But, every single Democrat has denied elections when Republicans have won. And so they're all guilty of that hypocrisy. They all continue to scream and wail and gnash their teeth at the fact that Republicans even suggest there might have been some problems with the 2020 election, but they did much worse. And they kept it going the whole presidency of Donald Trump.
That's right.
If you ask Hillary Clinton if she lost, to this day, she'll still say no.
Well, after she cackles.
Right. And she just claimed, by the way, that she will never seek presidency again.
Yes, I saw
How about that?
Okay, well, that obviously, we know her track record of telling the truth.
Right. Yes. She could go back on that, well, this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And the press would just cut her some slack. Well, so the conditions on the ground have changed.
There it is, yeah.
Oh, okay, that was quick. Let me tell you about preborn. You know, we have been celebrating the overturning of Roe v. Wade now for several months because Roe v. Wade caused such an abortion tsunami that it's hard to get your head around it. Over 63 million babies have been aborted since Roe v. Wade was enacted. But they're still going to need your help to try to save babies. We have partnered with them, Preborn and Blaze Media, to save 50,000 babies this year. They're working to put Planned Parenthood out of business by providing free ultrasounds to expecting mothers. 80% of the time, when they hear the heartbeat, when they see the ultrasound, it's enough to convince the mother to keep her baby. And then when she chooses life, Preborn also provides maternity and baby clothes and diapers, car seats, counseling if they need it, all of that free of charge because of your donations. So please, if you can, help them do this. You know, abortion is going to be even more frequent in the states that will allow it. To donate, dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby, or go to preborn.com/Pat.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
Fox News host Eric Shawn wondered aloud on Sunday whether former President Donald Trump might have attempted to sell the classified documents he kept at Mar-a-Lago to Russia or Saudi Arabia. I don't know, somebody. Are you kidding me? Even on Fox News, they'd even entertain that thought? Come on, you know Donald Trump was not going to sell state secrets, especially nuke secrets, to Russia or Saudi Arabia or anyone else. But Eric Shawn raised one possibility about what he could have done, and more questions are being raised this morning. He said, did former President Trump try to sell or share the highly classified material to the Russians or to the Saudis or others?
Yeah, and
asinine.
You know that the FBI would have leaked long before now if that were the case.
Oh, that's for sure.
If Donald Trump had American nuclear secrets. Now, the Washington Post is reporting this morning that he did have sensitive nuclear related materials from another country, but not the United States. So I'm sure they found those in Barron's, under his bed?
Yeah,
because
I'm sure.
We got to go and look in Barron Trump's bedroom, but not Hunter Biden's. But I digress. But yeah, so that's the big report. The big, shocking new fact now is that yep, they found nuclear-related stuff. Another country. That they have nothing. They have absolutely nothing.
Yeah, but how pissed would you be if Donald Trump was trying to sell Manawa Niarawa's nuclear secrets to, say, Paraguay? I'd be really pissed. I'd be very upset about that. That would piss me off.
That would. I can understand that.
Eric Shawn from Fox then referenced reports from Russian state media that the materials might have been leaked to parties in Russia before segueing into an interview with the intelligence analyst Rebecca Koffler. So these people are just insanely throwing out just random thoughts and questions about Donald Trump without any kind of evidence at all. Well, he joined the Saudi Live tour, didn't he? The new Live tour that the Saudi Arabians put together for golfers.
I see.
He did join that.
That's a smoking gun you just unearthed.
Sure
right
is.
there.
Couple that with the fact that he had nuke secrets or secret documents in his basement at Mar-a-Lago. And then he was going to sell them to the Saudis. So ridiculous.
So we've got the special master, right?
Yeah.
Which, we got that happening now. But you had the judge already admonish the Department of Justice and the FBI for not protecting Donald Trump's rights as an American citizen and not being completely forthright with what they were doing down there. This thing's falling apart for the government, and it's going to lead directly to Joe Biden. It's not going to matter, but obviously we already know that he had a hand in this based on the archives letter.
His direct involvement
Yeah.
now is absolutely clear. It almost certainly happened. He still denies that he had any knowledge or involvement in it. But you know what a liar he is. And a federal judge granted Trump's request for the appointment of the special master. That, just that tells you something. And then the conspiracy theory is, oh, well, this judge was appointed by Trump. She's just doing Trump's bidding now. That's all. Oh, man, you just can't win. Besides handing Trump a victory in his battle for some oversight, they highlighted several significant facts over the course of the 24-page order she wrote that further call into question the DOJ's targeting of Trump. And there's a lot of reasons to question it, but here's just a few. President Biden was directly involved. That's number one. That's been shown pretty close to conclusively. Number two, the timeline of the Trump targeting, pretty suspect. The court exposed this by providing the clear chronology of the events. On May 10th, the archivist informed Trump's lawyers that the NARA will provide the FBI access to the records in question as requested by the incumbent president, beginning as early as Thursday, May 12th. On May 11th, before the DOJ received possession of the 15 boxes from NARA, the DOJ obtained a grand jury subpoena for any and all documents or writings in the custody of or control of Donald J. Trump. But why would they seek a grand jury subpoena for any and all documents in his possession bearing classification markings before reviewing the material that was provided to them? I mean, the whole thing is so sketchy. And the left is just screaming that this is some conspiracy between Trump and this judge. Number three, Trump's executive privilege can't be so quickly sidestepped. Another important detail from Monday's order concerned the court's handling of Trump's request for a review of the seized material to address issues of executive privilege. In opposing Trump's request for a special master, the Biden administration argued that Trump lacked the right to assert executive privilege against the current executive branch. The court concluded that the Biden administration's position arguably overstates the law. The court has not ruled out the possibility of a former president overcoming an incumbent president on executive privilege matters. Number four, members of the investigative team saw confidential attorney-client documents. Number five, the DOJ seized a lot of personal material. I mean, the story now is that they ransacked Barron's bedroom so thoroughly and left it in such shambles that you could barely walk in or out of the room without stepping over all the crap that they just tossed randomly around the room. It's despicable what they have done here. And number six, the FBI suggested Trump committed a crime by returning a torn-up document to NARA. The sixth revelation came not directly from the court's opinion, but from the government filings referenced in Monday's order, and specifically the DOJ's response in their brief in opposition to Trump's request for the appointment of a special master.
I mean, they've got to drop this. They've got to drop this. What did you say yesterday? What's the only way? I said, how do we get the credibility? How does the federal government get its credibility back?
Completely clean house.
You got to clean house. You got to put these people behind bars that are abusing their power and these are political hit jobs by the machine that is now in control of the Marxists. That's all these incidents are. And you're absolutely right. You've got to hold these people accountable because this is out of control. This isn't America right now.
No. You know, they keep throwing around the word fascism. And yeah, it does seem fascistic. But on the part of this administration, not Donald Trump. And they keep acting as though Trump is still in power and he's got all his supporters that are still in power. He has complete control of the government. What? We got no power. What are you talking about? Donald Trump is not the president, and his supporters are not in the majority. So how is it that they've continued to make it look like they're the victims? It's incredible, really. You have Congress and you have the executive branch, but you're the victim here of somebody else's oppression. Wow, I don't know how that happens. Interesting. Incredible. Another incredible situation is what Dr. Jha from the Biden administration told us yesterday.
Oh, he's good too.
Oh, he's fantastic. He is the White House COVID response coordinator, and he tells you why you have two arms.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is really good.
I really believe this is why God gave us two arms, one for the flu shot and the other one for the COVID shot.
And then he just waited until 2022 in order for that reason to sort of have relevance. That's a lot of wasted arms for the last 5,000 or 6,000 years.
God gave us two arms, one for the flu shot and one for the COVID shot.
Oh, my gosh.
These people are just ridiculous.
And everything revolves around the COVID vaccine. Meanwhile, Dr. Fauci says we need to get the COVID shot every single year for the rest of our lives.
It is becoming increasingly clear that looking forward with the COVID-19 pandemic, in the absence of a dramatically different variant, we likely are moving towards a path with a vaccination cadence similar to that of the annual influenza vaccine, with annual updated COVID-19 shots matched to the currently circulating strains for most of the population.
Okay, little elf. Shut up.
Yesterday on Overtime, we talked about the blood clots and the unexplained occurrences that have happened with healthy young athletes over the last year and a half or 2 years. And I'm not saying there's any connection at all.
No, I don't know why we're shifting gears here to blood clots.
I don't know. I don't know, because it's so rare that anybody would have any sort of problem. Here's a video from a high school in Ohio.
He deserves this. An impact on the field, never a doubt. But to do so without pads on, that came without warning.
It started on August 1st. His dad took him to the emergency room. He was having severe pain in his back and legs.
I was a bit confused. I didn't know really what was happening. And he just told me that he wasn't feeling good.
The night before Wasion's first team practice, junior Caden Clymer unexpectedly had to be taken to Toledo Children's Hospital.
His calves were actually swelled up 4 inches larger in circumference than they are now. So he was very uncomfortable.
I just wanted to go home, honestly. I didn't really care what they did to me. I just wanted to go home.
Full of pain and uncertainty, Clymer received word that he had blood clots in his legs.
I was really sad.
Blood clots.
I was crying and I was upset because I've played football my whole life and I just want to play with my friends.
6 feet of blood clots were removed. And because of the blood thinners, he now has to take his football career over.
He's done playing football.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. 6 feet of blood clots. Speaking of blood clots, our CEO, Tyler Carden, tweeted this out yesterday, ironically enough. Look at the searches for blood clotting in the past. That goes back to 2004, and all of a sudden a little bit of a spike, little bit of a spike recently. Again, I don't know why that's being searched by everyone
Completely
now.
unrelated.
Yeah.
Pat Gray returns.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. It's that time of the week again. time for Chewing the Fat with Jeffy. You can hit the music, if you would, please. So we're going to intro this.
When you get caught between the moon and New York City, your name is Jeffy. That much is true.
Oh, there he is.
If you get stuck between the moon and New York City, the best that you can do, the best that you can do is chew the fat. Jeffy, he does as he pleases.
All right. And time for Chewing the Fat.
Is it wrong of me
with
that
Jeffy.
every time I wish that it continued on and it just stops?
That's a little egomaniacal, I would
It just
say.
stops. I
Yeah.
want more.
Yeah, I know you do.
Well, I guess
Can't
it's
have
wrong.
it.
Spencer Eldon. You know Spencer, now 31. You remember him as the 4-month-old baby swimming nude towards a dollar bill on a fish hook on the Nirvana 1991 album Nevermind. The band paid Eldon's family $200 to dunk the 4-month-old in a pool at the Pasadena Aquatic Center. And then Eldon got the gig because his father was friends with the photographer. Well, he was suing the band and pretty much everyone connected with Nirvana, claiming the album cover amounted to child porn. He also alleged last year that the photo caused him lifelong damage.
Well, because when you see him now, put that picture back up again, if you could. Look at he hasn't changed a bit since he was an infant.
Well,
you can't tell. You would never believe that that's not the same person. You know it is.
Never mind.
Instantly.
Never mind that he has Nevermind tattooed across his chest.
Oh, okay.
And he recreated the famous
that's
picture
right.
in 2016 for
Well,
the
except
25th
for the wiener
anniversary.
shot.
Well, yeah,
He didn't
yeah.
have the little baby
He
wiener
didn't do that.
dangling
Well,
out.
That we know
he
of.
did,
That we know
but
of.
it was just covered up. But sure. Lifelong damage.
Yeah.
You got it.
Oh, my gosh.
So
That must have been such trauma
Judge,
for him.
U.S. District Judge Fernando Alcuin of Los Angeles said, that's enough. That's enough of this. You've waited far too long to take legal action. He's filed 3 versions of the suit, and the judge's dismissal prevents him from filing a 4th. Have a nice day.
Oh, wow.
Go for a swim. It's over. That's me, not the judge, telling him to go for a swim.
Nice try, though.
Yeah.
You
Go
get a
ahead.
huge payoff. What
Yeah.
was it? How much was he suing for?
I have no
Do we know?
idea.
We don't know.
Both Adele and Eminem are one award away. Adele's CBS concert special, Adele, One Night Only, was a big winner at the 2022 Creative Arts Emmys, taking home 5 awards. And the Pepsi Super Bowl halftime show, starring Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, and 50 Cent, also won big, taking home 3 awards, which leaves Eminem and Adele one away from an EGOT. They both need a Tony now, and that's probably not far off. RuPaul made history once again, extending his Emmy streak as the most winning black artist ever, with a record 7th consecutive win for Outstanding Host of a Reality or Competition Program. And this was, as I said, the Creative Arts Emmys that were held this past Saturday and Sunday. HBO Max combined with 25. Netflix got 23. On down the list with Disney Plus, Hulu, NBC. They all were 6 or below. VH1 got 2. Both of those were RuPaul's. The Primetime Emmy show is coming up this coming Monday, September 12th, hosted by Kenan Thompson. And it's the 74th Emmy Awards. It's going to be on NBC and streamed live on Peacock for the first time. That's a 3-hour coast-to-coast live telecast. And, fortunately, though, I know that you were worried, or really probably more concerned, that you wouldn't get to see the Creative Arts Emmys. An edited presentation of this weekend's ceremonies is going to be broadcast this Saturday at 8 p.m. on FXX, and then they're going to stream it on Hulu from September 11th to the 27th. So you'll have an opportunity to catch that. And also worth mentioning, you were mentioning the great Barack Obama making his return to the White House. He was awarded an Emmy.
For what?
For Outstanding Narrator. or the Netflix documentary,
Gotta be
Our
kidding me.
Great National Parks. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm on my third viewing of that. It's great. The first 2 times around were great.
It's not enough,
But I
though.
missed some of the
It's not
subtle
enough.
nuances.
It's
The
not
first
enough.
2 times, so this third time, I'm really soaking it all in.
So Barack has an Emmy and a Grammy now, and I'm surprised that they don't count the Oscar, because the company Higher Ground won an Oscar for Best Documentary Feature at the Academy, their American Factory. They claim that, he was not personally among the winners for that, but, that's, he might pull that out as a technicality, saying that, he's one away as well. Just needs that Tony. So congratulations. And how about the first episode of Amazon's Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power? Did you catch it this weekend?
I saw the first 2 episodes. yeah.
Well, that's the first 2 that
I
dropped.
didn't like it.
25 million, 25 million people watching.
25 million?
25 million global viewers
Wow,
on the
that's
first day.
great. Jeez.
Biggest debut for any show on Prime Video streaming service. So
Ever?
Yeah, they got it was generally positive reviews from the TV critics, but
Did it really?
39% audience rating on Rotten Tomatoes, 25% on IMDb, and to contend with the mass negative reviews with the shows, Amazon has instituted a 3-day wait period on all user reviews on Prime Video content. Yeah,
What?
Look, we want to ward off review bombing. Okay. That didn't stop Elon, though. He just tweeted, Tolkien is turning over in his grave, and almost every male character so far is a coward, a jerk, or both. Only Liberal is brave, smart, and nice. And
It's true.
I watched. I was
true.
Just kind of bored with it.
Yeah, me too.
I was just kind of bored with it.
Me too.
And it was. I will say that with the first big fight scene, I thought, well, they've made their money back, because that'll just be a game, and people will play the game of Rings of Power.
Yeah.
And they'll make billions of dollars from that, and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
And they'll say that they made all this money, because that's worth the game. But the show was just,
For a show that spent $750 million to make this thing.
I know.
I was expecting better.
I think maybe our expectations were too
Might
high,
have been,
right?
but I just, the story bored me. There was
Me too.
no action.
Me
The
too.
Elves are terrible.
I know they have to set it up, and they're laying the groundwork, but
I haven't seen it.
Every male character is worthless.
Right.
And they're just bad characters.
I know.
There's nothing like, the movie, you had strong male characters in it. And it's fine to have the strong female leads as well. That's great. But why do you have to make every male in it look like a mealy-mouthed sissy? Why?
I don't know.
I don't either.
So the first 2 episodes, we'll see how it holds up as far as viewing when the next episodes drop, because
I'm going to give it a little more time.
I think that's what'll happen, right? Everybody will say, well, okay, it'll get better.
Yeah. I'm hopeful that it will. But
It'll get better.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Do you have a commercial to do? I've been waiting for you to do that, so I figured
have
we'd
you?
just go ahead and do
Okay.
that now. I mean,
Well, yeah,
I'll
I
just
can
call
tell you
for
about
it.
Rough Greens. You don't have a dog, do you?
Well,
but if you did, you should feed it Rough Greens.
I have fed my son's dog Rough Greens, and they love it. Yeah. They love it.
Your son's dogs do as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, good. The only dogs I've ever known of that didn't love Rough Greens sprinkled on top of their food are Keith's.
My gosh.
He needs to have them checked.
Yeah.
Because there's something definitely wrong with him.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah. But this is a dog food supplement that puts back into your dog's food everything they need to be healthy and active. The nutrients and the vitamins, minerals, probiotics, antioxidants. And for some reason, they love the taste of this stuff. It's just great how my dog Belle, when she'll turn up her nose at her food if you don't sprinkle on the Rough Greens first. It's like, no, I'm sorry. You're the one who got me used to the goodness of that and that treat on top of it every time. I'm not doing it. I'm not going back.
How about no?
Yeah. So if you want to find out if your dog, which is going to be your dog, they're going to be in the vast majority, or maybe they won't like it. And Rough Greens doesn't want to have you waste your money. So they're going to send you a free bag, a small bag for your dog to try out for a day or two. And all you have to cover is the shipping on it. Just go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com, or call 833-783-3364.
Pat Gray.
And more Chewing the Fat with Jeffrey.
As you know, I not only do this Chewing the Fat segment each week, I also do my daily Chewing the Fat podcast that you can subscribe to for free on whatever platform you listen to your shows on, Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. I'm also up on Cameo at JeffyJFR. You can request announcements from me, nice or mean. Those are not for free, by the way. And I had a special request, and this is not really what Cameo is about, but like I said, it was special. I did the Cameo, and I may not wanted to get paid. Hello. But the extra order is what I'm questioning. And while this is partially what I recorded on the Cameo, I'm struggling with whether I want to do it or not. Hey, dear Keith, get bent.
Oh, nice.
Love Corby.
Yes.
Or would you prefer Keith? Get bent.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Love Corby.
Yes.
And I decided that that's not really the way it works, so I'm not going to do it.
What? No, but I saw it right there.
Do it. Yeah.
Wow.
Big Labor Day weekend at the box office. Not really. I mean,
that was a bad box
abysmal.
office.
Now,
Yeah. What was the fun fact you had for that?
Top Gun. Top Gun #1.
Yeah,
again.
7.5 million or so.
I think it was revised was 6 million.
6 million. Jeez.
Bullet Train #2,
Okay.
revised 5.7.
Wow.
Spider-Man, No Way Home, 5.3.
All right.
And DC League of Super Pets, just a little over 5 million.
Really bad.
I know.
Really
It's an
bad.
especially though. Top Gun was happy, playing in over 3,000 venues for the 15th weekend of release. So the sequel now has generated 701.2 million to date here in the U.S., enough to dethrone Marvel's Black Panther, and is the fifth highest growing release in domestic box office history. And Paramount claims it's the only film in history ever to be #1 at the domestic box office for both Memorial Day and Labor Day.
That's interesting.
That
wow.
is.
That's what happens when you just produce a great movie. And just a movie that people are going to enjoy. You're not trying to make a massive statement. You're not trying to change society. Just make me a good movie and I'll go see it. And that's what happened with Top Gun.
I know. I love how stupid things take off sometimes. Costco released a misprinted UC Irvine sweatshirt, and they removed them from stores in less than a day. Students and alum are now seeking to purchase the defective merchandise. The sweatshirts designed for the University of California, Irvine, are being sold at the Costco location.
no.
They misspelled the school's name.
With a U
UCU.
instead of an I.
The editors, yeah. And so they pulled them right off the store. They took immediate action. They got a hold of UC Irvine and said, hey, it was a mistake. It was defective merchandise. And now everyone wants them.
Exactly.
I mean, people are saying, hey, I'd sport that. I'd be repping that merch. No problem. One Twitterer said, if anyone knows how to get this stupid sweater, I'm willing to go lengths. So I don't know what lengths will be, but I'm not real sure that you can get one. I mean, as of this recording, we're not up on eBay yet.
Really?
So,
That's what I was looking right now.
yeah,
Dang.
so good luck. Good luck getting that. I'd definitely sport one. I mean, that'd be fun, right?
Oh, wait.
You get one?
Yeah.
How much? Go to Legs on eBay.
The T-shirt is only $11 to $19.
Oh, that's not the sweatshirt.
And sweatshirt is $35 to $44.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, so we got time. We do a little college football. How about those BYU Cougars this past weekend?
Awesome. They look good.
Have they? Now
Looked
now
good.
Baylor's coming to town this weekend.
Yes.
Have they eliminated the student section at the football stadium for those racist
Don't
bastards
think so.
at BYU?
I think it was just for volleyball venues, and hopefully they're going to even backtrack on that. Since nothing happened. Why would you take out the student section?
Yeah, that they
it is
that they went that far.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
you saw the University of South Carolina, right?
Right.
That they canceled a series in women's basketball with BYU. Hey, why don't you check out the updates on that story?
Please.
And realize that you've just canceled for nothing, for no reason.
I mean, you look like the bad person.
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they look
really
bad.
terrible. So, anyway, I'm looking forward to this season. We'll see.
Me too.
We'll see
BYU
what
Baylor.
happens. It should be a great game. It's Saturday night.
It's
night
9:15 Central Time.
Late game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof.
Yep.
I know. It's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Mizzou, and I know Nebraska's off, right? Mizzou and Nebraska are off this week.
No, we've got Georgia Southern.
Oh.
You know, when Georgia Southern and Nebraska get together, you can throw out the record
Please
books.
do. Hey,
Throw 'em
speaking
out.
of football, we misspoke, and I apologize, but Jeffy isn't the one who owes us lunch.
That's correct.
It's Stu.
That's 100% correct.
Okay, so we had, all of us had
It came down to
monumentally
the last game.
bad seasons. Jeffy, myself, and you, Pat, all got 2 out of 5 games correct last year, our teams correct on our win-loss predictions. Stu got 1.
Yeah.
And it was the Cowboys that saved him. But Stu owes us lunch, not Jeffy. Sorry.
Huh.
Thank you. I meant to.
All right.
Meant to bring that to your attention because I remember coming down to the last Raiders game of the year, and the Raiders needed to win, and they did, which put me over the top. So I didn't lose. All I care about is not losing.
That's right.
I don't care about winning. I just care about not losing.
Stu's supposed to be in here in just a few minutes to pay us our lunch,
I don't want to
and
miss that.
we'll make our picks.
Don't want to miss that. I'll tell you that. So that's Chewing the Fat.
That is
today.
Chewing the Fat. Congratulations. That was a great Chewing the Fat.
Yeah.
I know. Thank you.
I mean, it was-
You're welcome. I was
not-
riveted to
it's
every
not a top
word
10.
you had to say.
It's not a top 10.
Every word.
Yeah, what?
Get bent. That's not the way it works.
All right, our NFL over-under picks coming up in just a few minutes on Pat Gray Unleashed.
On the Blaze Radio Network.
Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. We're in the middle of football season already. Well, not the middle, but it has begun. College football is off to the races in full force. The NFL starts tomorrow night. Who's the first game? Is
Buffalo. Buffalo, L.A.?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Huh. All right. So today we're doing our over-under picks. And so...
Yeah, where's Stu? I mean, he owes us lunch, and I think he's kind of hiding out.
I don't know. I don't know where Stu is.
I don't appreciate this
He did
at
commit
all.
to this, though, right?
Yeah, last night he emailed and said he'd be here today. And
What a shame.
What do you mean, what a shame?
What a shame.
Well, I want my
He's not gonna
lunch.
show up.
I can hear in your voice.
Yeah.
I want my lunch, bro.
Anguish that he's not here.
Horrified.
All right. Let me tell you about, you like a good snack throughout the day.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
How many times do you say
I
that
do.
throughout the day, Jeffy?
But for most people, you'd rather not pack on the pounds doing it, right?
Jeffy doesn't care.
Jeffy doesn't care.
He eats what he pleases.
But there is great news. If you do want to be careful, but you love chocolate, Built Bar.
Yeah.
It's here to save the day. They've got so many flavors, something for everyone. When you talk to a Built Bar fan, they're passionate about their favorites. They've got amazing flavors like coconut, mint brownie, double chocolate, salted caramel, which is my personal favorite, cookies and cream, lots more. I mean, there's always a new flavor coming down the pike. And if you can't pick a flavor right off the bat, you can get a mixed box where you'll get 2 of each of their 9 regular flavors. Built Bars have up to 18 grams of protein, and they're 180 calories or less. And some of them much less than that. Just 4 to 5 grams of sugar, 4 to 5 net carbs. But you wouldn't know it by tasting them because they taste amazing. You can take care of that sweet tooth and still stay healthy with Built Bar. The new address is Built.com. Don't forget that. Go to Built.com, use the promo code PAT15, and you'll save 15% off your first order. Promo code PAT15 for 15% off at Built.com.
Look who showed up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome, Stu.
Thanks, Pat.
Had a little issue getting to the show today, did you?
Did you need me here for the Built Bar spot?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did. I was
I'm
really
sorry.
counting on
I
you
thought I
for
was
that.
booked for the segment. I didn't know. I was here for, okay.
It starts with the Built Bar commercial.
That's my fault then. I didn't understand.
You do know that you owe us lunch, right?
Do I? I don't
From
think
last year.
That's not probably confirmed.
From last year, it's confirmed.
It's confirmed on that wrinkled up piece of paper hanging off the board there.
Oh, look at that.
Yep, there
That's
it is.
official. And you know it's official when it's
Right.
confirmed in that
Thank you.
manner.
See that?
Look at that.
There you go.
Yeah.
If you want to check the numbers there, you're welcome.
I think
to.
it's the second year in a row I've lost this thing too.
I think it was.
I believe it is.
Yeah, this is a disgrace.
It's really kind of
So,
sad.
especially when Jeffy's involved in a competition. When you lose 2 times in a row to Jeffy.
I've got
All I
everybody's
care about is
name
not losing.
crumpled up
Draft
here.
order?
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, so this is first pick.
First pick.
First pick goes to Keith. Oh, what a surprise,
joy.
Keith.
Wait a minute.
Keith.
I'm not drawing them.
Keith's.
What do you mean?
Well, he probably positioned the hat in a way.
Second draw.
Sure did.
Keith.
Sure did.
Second pick goes to. He's really folded these up.
I sure did.
I'll say
I
he folded these up
apologize.
well.
I apologize for that.
Doesn't do everything well, but he does that well. Pat is second.
Okay. Very good. All right.
Now, Jeffy, we don't have to pick the fourth one because once we know the third one, we'll know who the fourth one is.
You sure?
Yeah.
Is that the way that works?
And of course, it's Jeffy.
Oh, there you go.
All
All right.
So
that means the
trash
fourth
talking.
one is you?
Anybody do
Yes.
any research? for
I
this?
did glance at this yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah,
Because
Keith-
I've done no research on
Keith
this.
put the paper in my little dressing room door, and actually
So
I
you looked
appreciate
at it?
he's harassed me multiple times. Of course, I was still here a couple minutes late, but I'm thankful, and I've done a little bit of research here, and that means I'm probably going to lose for sure. So
What kind of season are the Eagles expecting to have?
they are the hot.
I mean,
they're-
9.5. That's not bad.
They're the hot new thing, Pat. The Eagles.
They're the hot new thing.
Are the hot, sexy pick right now in the
Really?
NFC? Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, they've certainly improved their roster quite a bit. The question about Jalen Hurts is this is their quarterback is kind of the big one. So
Who's the backup?
Gardner Minshew, who may arguably be better, but
Almost
that's
not even arguably.
Yeah, I like
this is
Hurts,
his year,
but
though, right? Hurts. This is he has to produce this
this
year.
is his year, and
Yeah.
if he plays this year, he's going to get a lot. If he plays well this year, he's going to get a lot of money, which makes it harder. It's nice now because they can spend all the money on other players and everything, but next year could be a problem. So
Yeah.
I will
go Birds.
I will probably live to regret this, but I used my number 1 overall pick to select the Jets
Wow.
over 5.5 wins.
They are improved, or at least they should be. On paper, they're improved.
Yeah. Now Stu,
Homeboy's not
We'll
even
see.
gonna
Stu,
play.
I hope you're right on that, because
Stu will recall that my crazy bet last year was the Cincinnati Bengals to win the Super Bowl, and I came dangerously close to that.
they did.
Now, I'm not saying that the Jets are going to win the Super Bowl or even be in it, but they're my Bengals of
Jets
2022.
They are.
They are.
that's a fun
They're the long odds that I put too much money on.
Well, your boy's injured again. He's not even going to play anymore.
He might play Sunday. Talking about
No
Zach
way.
Wilson.
All right.
I don't know that makes him better, though.
I'm going to start with my Green Bay Packers, as I usually do, and I'm going to say over 11.5. 11.5 is a big number.
That
but-
sure is.
That is a big number, especially with no Adams. They traded away their only wide receiver.
They did.
So I don't know.
They did.
Are you playing
But-
for them at wideout this year?
Aaron
Pat?
Rodgers loves this new guy.
Yes, he does.
Whose name I just
Yes,
forgot.
he does.
What?
Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah, Romeo Dobbs. Yes. Apparently, Rodgers is really in love with the guy.
Yeah.
I missed getting him in fantasy by 1 pick.
Really?
So that's why I know his name, Pat.
So, I'm thinking Green Bay wins 12 games. They go 12-5. Sure, we'll see. Jeffy?
If Tampa Bay can get an offensive line, we'll win that. We'll get the 11.5 too. So no problem. Have to go with the Buccaneers. Have to.
Over 11.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, is Tom Brady going to show up?
That's what I'm saying. Is he going to show up? Of course.
Is he going to show up?
He's
Is he-
kicked the
is
wife
he-
out. He's told her take a hike. I'm playing football.
It seems like now this is just
There's a big deal, a serious thing with him
Giselle.
and Giselle, right?
Yeah.
And it's
she
about
apparently went to Puerto Rico or something to pout.
Yes.
Because he wouldn't do what she told him to do.
Yeah. I mean, he took time off in the middle of preseason.
Yeah.
To make her happy, and it still
Right.
wasn't enough. It's never enough.
Yeah.
Damn
Now,
women.
can you argue from you're Tom Brady? Are you probably playing better if Giselle's not around?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that's probably
100%.
improving your play, right?
Yeah.
So that's a good
100%.
pick. That's a Jeffy's always in the middle of this type. He knows what's going on.
Yeah.
All right. I I've got 2 picks in a row here. We're snake draft here. And I am going to lead off here. I'm going back and forth on a couple. I'm going to go Chicago under 6.5.
That's probably a good bet.
I feel like
they're really struggling.
They just do not look impressive right now. They're rebuilding. This could be ugly this year for them.
They hate where they play. They hate the whole thing.
And I'm also going to go same division, kind of a related pick, Minnesota over 9.5.
Ooh.
Yep.
Really?
I just feel like this could be their year. Now, obviously, right, we're having a situation with Pat picking over with Green Bay. It both could happen, but I think those teams might beat up on each other a little bit. But I think Minnesota's a pretty solid team this year.
I think the Vikings win the division over the Packers. Yep.
All right, Jeffy is up.
Not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Can we get a confirmation on this BYU over under 0.5 losses this year?
Under.
That's what I thought.
Under 0.5
okay.
losses.
I just want to make sure I understand.
Okay. And don't forget, gentlemen, there are 17 NFL games.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just keep that in the back of your mind.
I kind of like Carolina. I think I'm going to go with Carolina over 6.5.
I thought about that one.
They got Baker Mayfield. They could turn that around a little bit, win 8 or 9 games.
I hope they do.
Me too.
I hope they do.
I want them to.
That's a good pick, Jeffy. I hate to say it.
Yeah,
that
is.
I
That's not bad at
despise
all.
saying you've done something that's good, but I think that's a good pick there.
I'm tempted to say Dallas under
You
10.5
lost the
because they never deliver the way they're supposed to.
It's a good point.
Plus,
It's a
they got
great-
rid of some talent, didn't they?
It's a great point.
Yeah.
Dallas
never deliver.
always a catastrophe.
Yeah.
And of course, evil too. We should point that out. Like the heart of all evil.
Let's say the Cowboys.
You gonna go with Dallas?
I'm going to say Cowboys under 10.5 because
Cowboys
they're
under
the
10.5.
Mm-hmm. I mean, since the 90s, when they had that run, they've never delivered.
No,
So
they have not.
I think that trend continues.
I hope you're right. I can't stress how much I hope you are right. It's the Eagles are the
We'll
sort
see.
of trendy pick right now, but the Cowboys always seem to be annoyingly right around there.
I know.
I just want them to win 0 games. I would
Yeah.
love to go through a 0-17 season in this town. Oh God, that'd be glorious. I have dreams of these things. Pat.
I am picking historically bad teams to outperform this year.
Theme.
My next pick, Detroit over 6.5. They've got a lot of offensive weapons there. I think they're going to score a lot of points.
One of us has to be wrong here because all of the teams in this division, we're just assuming Chicago's going to lose all the games because we have Minnesota, Green Bay, and Detroit all over.
Yeah, going with Detroit over 6.5 wins.
They're on Hard Knocks too. They're looking fun.
And the Atlanta line at 4.5 wins. That offense looks good preseason, anyhow. Anyway, over 4.5 for the Falcons.
Wow, he's picking his own team.
Yeah, right. That's the first time I've ever done that.
4.5 is a really low line, though.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. That's what I was gonna. That was gonna be my next pick.
I've heard people saying they think Atlanta could be the worst team in the league this year, though.
Oh, really?
Like, I've heard that's a trendy pick. Chicago and Atlanta
Wow.
are the 2 teams I hear often for worst team.
What about Houston?
But
That's going to be Houston.
Yeah.
I will say I think Keith usually knows the Falcons relatively well. So Pat is up for his 3rd round pick. Overs and unders.
Jeez, I mean, I don't know because literally I have not looked into any of these teams.
I remember yesterday you got your over/under pick sheet. Yeah.
I got the sheet.
But
I
you're
just
over
didn't do
there,
anything with it.
And I come back in here and I look and it's not with you.
Well, I had it.
Uh-huh.
You gave it to me.
But it was.
That's kind of what I meant. Did I have it on me at the time?
I got
No.
you. I need to be more specific with my line of questioning next time.
I probably need to carry this piece of paper with me wherever I go
times.
For the rest of the
At all
year.
times, just in case.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's say Cincinnati over 9.5.
Cincinnati over 9.5.
They should do that.
I think so. They get Burrow and
It's kind of a surprisingly
pretty
low
dang good.
line, right?
Yeah, that seems
they
low
went to
too
the
for me.
Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
Now there is that Super Bowl hangover thing that teams tend to have.
Yeah, but not
from
many
time to time.
changes there. So
Yeah.
I don't get that at all.
And Cleveland's
And
not
they-
going to be that good. Pittsburgh. I kind of want to go with my Steelers.
Your Steelers?
Yeah, I'm a Steelers.
Are you?
I thought they were your Buccaneers.
I've been
for 20 years.
That's the first we're hearing of them being your Steelers.
You're from Michigan, right?
I grew up liking the Steelers, though.
Did you?
Yeah.
What years did you like the Steelers?
I don't recall.
Okay, I didn't think so.
I
'Cause I've
know
known you as a
you're-
Bucks
I know
fan.
you're-
You grew up in Michigan.
Is this in the early years of the NFL, like 1926,
Yes.
27?
42.
Who's your pick,
43
when there were only 4
Is it
teams.
Pittsburgh? Is it Pittsburgh?
I feel like they got to win more than 7.5. I feel like
Are
they
you
have to.
asking for my permission?
I feel like they have to. Yeah, go with Pittsburgh. I feel like they have to.
I don't have anything on the challenge front yet. I got nothing on the challenge front yet from you guys. This is sad.
I got one already.
Man, I don't know where to go here.
They have to be over 7.5. I mean, Mike Tomlin's got to pull off 8 or 9
Yeah, Mitch
wins,
Trubisky
right?
will get you there.
I know.
Kenny
but
Pickett will be starting before October.
That's probably true.
All right,
Two picks.
there are a couple people in my life that have changed my life for the better.
Oh, you're welcome.
None of them are in this room.
Oh.
Most of them have hurt my life. Pat a little bit. Pat's been okay. The cookies are good. But I will say one man who's changed my life for the better is a man named Doug.
Are you talking
Peterson.
about Kexi cookies?
Yeah, Kexi cookies.
Where you would get those at Kexi.com,
Yes, I
those
thought
kind
it
of
was a
cookies
little delayed
that are
from
really
my-
delicious. Perhaps. A lot of people have said they're the best cookie on the planet.
I've heard one person say it a lot.
Yeah,
is that what you mean?
it's
okay.
true.
No,
Yeah,
I agree with
it's
this.
true, though.
With this particular analysis. But I will say my man Doug Peterson, former football coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, he's moved to Jacksonville now. And he's going to take Jacksonville over 6.5 wins, I think. It's a little bit of a...
So they're going to have a parade in Jacksonville.
Yeah, they will.
We won 7! 7
Yeah.
and 10! Yeah! 7 and 10! 7 and 10! 7 and 10!
And remember, Super Bowl and 7 start with the same letter. So
That's how you got there? That's how you got there with your analysis? Because every year Stu's like, I'm looking forward to some good analysis explaining your picks. And this year we get 7 and Super Bowl starting with the letter S. Good.
I don't know which way to go. I don't know which way to go. I was thinking, Deshaun Watson. He's not going to be there for the first 11 games. Do I go under with Cleveland at 8.5? I was considering that one.
Yeah.
I was considering Kansas City, 10.5. Getting no respect here. A team that won 12 games last year. Yes, they lost Tyreek Hill, but they've done a good job replacing it. Do I go Kansas City over 10.5? Miami added a lot of talent. They seem to be going all in Rams style this year. 8.5 is the over. Do you trust Tua? My traditional pick of the Philadelphia Eagles under because I just want to hedge my life.
And we do have a commercial break this hour.
Okay.
So we're going to need something from you.
So I'm talking myself through this here, Pat, and Keith, and somewhat Jeffy. And the other one was I was thinking Houston. I mean, they overperformed last year. They've added some young talent.
Yeah.
4.5 is not a big line. Do I go over 4.5?
And the answer is?
The answer is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, yeah.
Andy Reid. I'm going back-to-back former Philly coaches over 10.5.
All right. Wow. I think that's a good pick.
Thank you, Pat. I appreciate it. It took me a while to get there, but I had to talk myself into it.
All right, but I got to tell you about iTarget Pro. If there was ever a story that best encapsulated how bad crime has become, it's the one about Starbucks providing baristas with active shooter training because our cities aren't safe anymore. And while the Supreme Court has made it easier for you to conceal carry for protection, it's your responsibility to be properly trained, right? And be able to use a gun. That's why I endorse iTarget Pro. First of all, it's super practical. You're going to improve your aim. You're going to improve the sight alignment. I can't remember all the things that you improve, but you're going to become a better shooter. This system allows you to dry fire practice with your actual firearm anytime. So you don't have to buy ammo at the store. It's hard to even find ammo. And when you do, it's super expensive. This takes care of all of that. No more inconvenient trips to the gun range either. Just download iTarget Pro's proprietary app. Load the laser bullet into your firearm. Super safe. You can even train the kids in your home. So you'll improve your muscle memory, is what I was trying to think of. Your reaction speed, your sight alignment, all of that kind of thing. iTarget Pro comes in all the major calibers, including .223, so you can stay sharp with your AR-15. You know, the one that incinerates people as soon as you fire it. Save 10% plus get free shipping when you use the offer code PAT. When you go to iTarget Pro right now. That's the letter I, then targetpro.com. iTargetPro.com, offer code PAT.
This is the Blaze Radio Network.
Listen anytime, anywhere at theblaze.com/radio.
Pat Gray.
All right, we're finishing up our over-under picks. This is an annual rite of passage, really, for some reason. And we're up to Jeffy picking your last pick, and then you got the challenge coming up here.
I am really torn because I think Philadelphia might actually. No, I don't put Philadelphia down here because I think they're the same as Tennessee, and I feel like Tennessee will actually win 10 games. So I'm going to go with Tennessee. I hate being with Tennessee Titans. So
wait, Philadelphia and Tennessee are the same?
Yeah,
9.5.
9.5.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay. All right.
I mean, it's totally on board that he just thought they were the same place.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's...
Yes, that's what I assumed he thought.
Yes,
yes, that's exactly what I thought. You're right.
All right. I'm going with Las Vegas over 8.5.
That's a good pick. I don't... They're in a tough division. That's the reason why they're getting hit.
They are, but they're pretty good.
They're a good team. They made the playoffs last year. They added Devontae Adams.
Right.
It seems...
That can only help.
You'd think that would be
Derek Carr.
That would be helpful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
So
that's a good one.
Keith is going Cleveland under.
As you hear, he stole my pick. As I just said, I Cleveland under. Did you really? Yeah, like in my review of picks I was considering, that was one of them.
For the challenge,
Don't do that. That's not where I got that, but okay.
It's good advice.
All right,
That's good advice.
You pick your challenge now, right?
Oh, yeah, my challenge. Yeah, you guys are all in on Carolina. Over 6.5? No way. Under 6.5. The Falcons and Panthers are going to be fighting for the basement of the NFC South, but Panthers are going to end up there.
It's interesting because last year I came in here with a very confident pick of Carolina over, and they did not succeed.
Yeah,
in fact, they came out and they were like, I want to say 3-1 to start the year. And I was like, I'm going to cruise to this thing. And then I don't think they scored another touchdown for the rest of the season.
No, they didn't pick up any yardage either. No yardage after that.
They did go backwards, so they did have some negative plays, but no positive plays for the rest of the season. Was a surprise.
They never got another first down the whole season.
The whole season.
Really
well,
weird.
there was one penalty. They got. Okay, Pat Gray.
All right. Let's see. Who should I challenge? You always have to challenge Jeffy, right? So I'm going to challenge him on Pitt. Pittsburgh under 7.5. Just for fun. Well, because I think Tampa Bay is pretty legit.
I know. I went back and forth. I mean, I kind of hope, Tom Brady retires again, and then all of a sudden they win 3 games. Because that's about what I think would happen. I know they have a pretty good team, but I feel like if Tom Brady retires, they'll win 3
They're
games.
certainly not winning 12 games.
No.
If
Tom's gone.
If he's...
no way. Gives me something to root for. Dallas. So they got to win more than 10.5. That's Pat.
They don't have to.
Yeah, they do. They have to.
They don't have to.
Yeah, no, it's a hometown team. Got to be there. Got to root for Dallas.
Dallas, the only one you got right last year.
Wait, he got only 1 right and I still lost? Oh, okay. Okay. As you can tell, I put a lot of time into that pick, and I fully remember that I made it.
Because it was incredibly researched, right?
Yeah, well, yes, and that's why,
That's what this is all about.
My ability to follow this competition is based solely on Keith tweeting wrinkled up photos of wrinkled up pieces of paper that have that board on there with his terrible handwriting. That's how this goes all year. I mean, I don't see much to challenge. I think there's a lot of good picks on here. I'm a bit tempted by maybe going Tennessee under, but I'm gonna say this is gonna be a down year for the Green Bay Packers. I'm gonna go Green Bay under 11.5.
Oh.
Now, a down year is I think 10 wins. But even 11 wins still gets me the victory here.
Yeah.
So that number is just really high.
True, yeah.
It's just a really high number. And I think Detroit's going to be improved a little bit. I think Minnesota's going to be improved. New coach, new offense. So I'm going to go Green Bay under 11.5.
Well, based on the numbers given the Buffalo Bills are the favorite to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I know. Everyone loves that. That's part of the reason I went with Kansas City over 10.5. Like, everyone remembers Kansas City won that game, right? Like, we all watched that game. It was this exciting back and forth, and then Kansas City won it.
Insane game in NFL history.
It was, but like everyone, I think because it was so insane, it'd be like, oh, the Bills are incredible. Yeah, they lost that game. They lost it.
Yeah, but is anybody else's quarterback on a cereal box?
Wow.
No. You got your Josh's Jacks. Josh Allen quarterback is what Jacks stands for.
And Jeffy dares to say they're just Fruit Loops in a different box.
They do look like Fruit Loops in a different box.
How dare you say that?
Are you questioning Jeffy's knowledge of sugary cereals?
Yes.
Okay.
I question Jeffy's knowledge on everything.
So is
except fat cells.
this the year? The Buffalo Bills, after losing 4 Super Bowls in a row? Could this be that year?
Could be.
They're really
they're pretty good.
I mean, they really should.
Pretty
they
good.
obviously choked that last 10 seconds of that game against Kansas City and wound up losing. They could be the team this year, for sure.
More coming up in just a minute. Couple of tweets here. Postmaster Jeffy tweets, Fauci is behind the times suggesting an annual booster. Canada is going all in with shots every 90 days. We got to fix our rookie numbers. Yeah. We should go every 30 days. What if you got a shot a month? So you can only, it's still only 12.
Yeah, I was thinking
more. Is that enough?
But that's fine. That starts to wane after about 15 days. So why don't we do that like every 17 days,
or
something
every,
like that?
Once a week.
How about
go in once a week?
How about just to be safe, 9 minutes? Every 9 minutes, I think you should roll up your sleeves for the good. Do you want to save Grandma or not?
Every 9 minutes on the fours?
Well,
get the shot? Okay.
Yeah. And whenever traffic and weather together is being done, you also get a vaccine shot.
Oh, you just reminded me.
That's a good idea.
More on Trivia returns in 2 days.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's pretty amazing. Jeffy's Meat Sweats says, the only way to save yourself is to replace all your blood with Pfizer's vaccine.
That's a good idea, actually. I'm sure Pfizer would be up for that.
If you don't, you're super duper MAGA extremists. Yep. That's a good idea. Just replace your bloodstream with Pfizer stream. I like it.
Seems reasonable.
Like it. Yeah. I mean, you'll still get COVID-19. It'll
you'll
just be less severe.
Yeah,
you'll be really thankful. I'm so glad I replaced my blood with Pfizer vaccine, because otherwise, I might be in the hospital right now. So, so great. Yeah. And as we get closer to Election Day, there's a lot of really close elections we're keeping an eye on. Of course, the one in Arizona with Kari Lake and the Democrat for governor of Arizona. Then there's the Pennsylvania situation. You got the situation in Georgia with Herschel Walker and Warlock, Raphael Warlock.
Yeah, he's in the rings thing, right?
Yes. Now, Fetterman is apparently struggling a bit on the campaign trail. He refuses to debate Dr. Oz. He will not, because he knows he's going to get his ass kicked. And his campaign keeps saying, well, we're keeping an eye on, his health situation, whether he can speak or not. Then what's he doing in the race? Get him out! But here he is on the campaign trail.
Please understand the stakes in this race. Send me to Washington, D.C. so I can work with Senator Casey.
What?
And I can champion the union way of life in D.C. Thank you very much, and it's an honor.
Wow.
I live 8 minutes away from here, and when I leave tonight, I got 3 miles away.
What?
Dr. Oz in his mansion in New Jersey. You've got a friend and you have an ally. Send me to Washington, D.C. Thank you very much. Thank you, Stuart.
Well, he just made a powerful case. Well, if you only live 8 minutes from here, of course I'm going to vote for you.
And Dr. Oz, in 3 minutes.
He's one of them. One of the people.
Jersey.
One of the people.
Send me to Jersey.
Jersey?
No, do not send me to Jersey.
What part? Are they sending you to Trenton? Are you going to be a state legislator in New Jersey? That's
Bad.
really bad.
That's so bad.
You know, it's sad, really. I felt bad for him.
Double-digit
Did
lead,
ya?
right? What
Yeah, I
was it?
did.
Did you?
I don't want him in the U.S. Senate, but I felt bad for him. That's sad.
Wow.
He's messed up. I mean, that's bad. His brain is obviously not functioning very well.
Well, then he fits in perfectly
He
with
sure
the Democratic
does.
Party.
Yeah,
Thank
he does.
you.
And the U.S. Senate. Oh,
Fits-
so it's a match made in heaven.
Definitely fits in with the executive branch right now. That's for sure. Jeez. I mean, who's worse? Fetterman or Biden?
I'm going with Fetterman.
Really?
Yeah.
In what,
Yeah,
what
that was pretty
respect
bad.
worse?
That
Mentally?
was pretty bad.
Yeah, mentally.
that was toss up.
You know, by diminished capacity. That was, oof.
He's fine.
But that was really the point he wanted to make.
Yeah.
I only live 8 minutes from here.
And Oz lives in
So
a
I should
mansion.
vote for you? And,
Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay, the guy's
One of the
successful
people.
and he has a big house, so I should not vote for him?
Right, that's the case.
Okay, that's really weird.
Yeah.
Really weird. By the way, the left seems to be itching for a civil war as we head toward November.
Yep.
Kathy Griffin.
Oh, boy, nice tweet.
Kathy, where have you been? I've missed her. Haven't you missed her? She's so great. She tweeted this out. If you don't want a civil war, vote for Democrats in November. If you do want a civil war, vote Republican. Is she threatening that Democrats are going to start a civil war if they lose?
That's
Is that
what I'm
we're-
hearing. And I did respond to her tweet this morning. I said, admittedly, there's a part of me that wants to see you handle a weapon. And she immediately blocked me. So I don't know what that's all about.
Wow.
But, anyhow, that's exactly what it sounds like. She's it's definitely a threat. It feels like.
Well, yeah.
You better vote the right way, y'all.
Yeah.
Or else there's going to be bloodshed. You know, this is the Kathy Griffin who, of course, had the severed head likeness of Donald Trump. There's that beautiful picture there.
Lest we forget. That's not a violent image at all.
No. I mean, the left will do this all day. We'll do this all day. And then if there's any, just even the tiniest bit of outrage on the right, whoa, you're calling for violence, it feels like. Put them in solitary confinement. But you can violent tweet and talk about civil war all day if you're on the left. Power in the D.
You can act out violence
Right.
for an entire summer into fall.
Thank you.
But if the right does one thing on one day, one time, they're the most violent extremists and biggest danger and threat to democracy in the history of the world.
It's insane. There you go. There's your January 6th horrific video that Rob puts up there without warning.
Look at that.
Without warning every time.
I just threw up in my mouth.
No.
Oh, the horror of it. I get chilled to the bone every time I see
You
it.
don't see milling like that often.
Or parading. And look at some flag waving, or at least flag holding. They're not really waving it because they'd poke out somebody's eye if they waved it. So they're not doing that.
I mean, it's literally, we've talked about this before.
I want to be clear in
oh,
how
no.
I
Okay, I got it.
characterize this. This is mostly a protest.
It's
mostly a protest.
It is not generally speaking, unruly.
But, Pat, you remember the Simpsons character Frank Grimes, who realizes how dumb Homer Simpson is.
Yes.
And yet nobody else in the entire town realizes. That's what it feels like when you point out how obvious this is.
It does feel that way.
I swear.
It's
a bizarro world, man.
It really is.
Keep your wits about you.
Let me tell you about Omega XL. If you're in pain and it's brought on by inflammation, there's really nothing better than Omega XL. In fact, we all have 360 joints in our bodies. Go down our backs to our arms, our hips, knees, and feet. And sometimes they get inflamed and it becomes painful. Well, Omega XL helps restore and rejuvenate the SPMs in our body that are nature's way of keeping our joints healthy. But as we age, we lose some of those SPMs. Omega XL puts them back. And that's how they reduce the inflammation and help you not be in pain anymore. It'd be so great to just wake up every morning and feel good, wouldn't it? To move around and feel good, to be able to do things with your kids or your grandkids the way you used to be able to. Visit OmegaXL.com/Pat. That's OmegaXL.com/Pat. Or call 1-800-844-4888 or OmegaXL.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Remember the 10 stages of genocide? This is different than the 45 rules of communism or the 45 goals of communism.
Yeah, there's only 10.
Yeah, there's only 10, and this is for genocide. With the American president labeling half of the country as enemies of the state, as domestic terrorists, as the biggest threat to democracy, it might behoove us to just take a look.
Every now and then we need to refresh our memories here.
Here are the 10 stages. Number 1, classification. People are divided into us and them. Wow, has that ever happened? That is done. Check mark there.
Daily.
For sure.
Symbolization. People are forced to identify themselves. Again, that's been done. Discrimination. People begin to face systemic discrimination. Like, I don't know, if you're white, you need not apply for this loan or this program. Dehumanization. People equated with animals, vermin, or diseases.
Oh, they did that during the
done.
entire pandemic. If you didn't want to wear a mask or roll up your sleeve, oh, you were
worse than
you
an
were a
animal.
cancer on society. Yeah.
Yeah. Organization is number 5. The government creates special groups, police or military, to enforce the policies. Okay.
We're seeing that.
Yeah. Polarization. The government broadcasts propaganda to turn the populace against the group. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's been done.
But isn't that exactly, go back to number 5, organization, the police, military to enforce the policies? Isn't that what they are turning the IRS into?
Oh, yeah, it does seem that
they're
way.
arming these
Yeah.
agents and doubling the size of the IRS. Okay, polarization,
And the
of course.
FBI and the Department of Justice
You name
and
it.
Homeland Security.
You name it. Yep.
Preparation. Official action to remove or relocate people begins. Okay, I'm not sure
Yeah,
we're,
we're not there yet. No, we're not.
quite there.
See, we're only at like 6.
We've only got 6
hang
of them
on a
done.
second.
So shut up.
There's still 7, 8, 9, and 10. Preparation probably not there.
Well, I don't know a lot. Okay, I understand in the spirit of it. Yeah, we're not there as far as, marching people into camps. But how many people were just lost their businesses and are forced to relocate because of government policies during the pandemic that crushed their small businesses? I realize it's not the same thing.
Yeah,
but people have been forced to change their lives over what the government has done with their actions in the last 2 years.
Now, number 8, I would argue, has happened. Beginning of murders, theft of property. Oh, absolutely, with civil asset forfeiture. Does that sound like theft of property? Yeah, they're there. Or trial massacres. I don't think that's happened, but I mean, people have been killed. Property has been confiscated by this government.
So 6.5?
Yeah, I'd go to 7 out of 8.
All right.
Extermination, wholesale elimination of the group.
They talk like they want it.
It is extermination and not murder because the people are not considered human. Okay, that's not there yet.
No, but I mean, the way our president spoke last week.
I know. Denial. The government denies that it has committed any crime.
Oh,
well, please. 8 out of 10. I say 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Are done. This government, these people don't admit to doing anything wrong, let alone committing a crime. I mean, everything they've done has been perfect. It's been the right move. They've done it as well as it can be done, including, as we've mentioned, the withdrawal in Afghanistan. Yeah, that was as well as it could be done. Really? Wow. I don't think you're right on that. If I might be so bold as to challenge your assertion.
Careful.
I know.
They'll come for you.
I know. There'll be some relocation into a relocation camp. Oh, man.
Yeah, so we're just relocation and extermination away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a, it's
Terrifying.
not a huge stretch. It seems like it is, but look how
so.
quickly they've accomplished the other 8.
The theft of property.
Yeah.
I mean, what were the, remember when the government said you can't kick people out when you're a landlord? Remember that? I mean,
Yes.
that's effectively theft of property right there.
Sure is.
Because you're not letting them A, collect rent, and B, do what they want to with their own property.
I mean, the student loan program is theft.
It sure is.
You're taking it from one group of people and giving it to another group of people.
Yeah,
exactly. That's already been done as well. And by the way, speaking of the student debt forgiveness, voters oppose it once they understand how it works. It's like when you realize it doesn't come from magic fairy funds.
Really? We're just not paying it?
Yeah, okay, you just forgave me. Nobody has to pay that,
over.
right? Mm-hmm. That $10,000 I owe is just gone. It's just gone. No.
That's the way it should be. Just zero everybody out.
Right.
I'm for that. Just zero it out. Everybody back to zero.
Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be great? Except to the institutions who are owed the money.
That'd be fine because everybody's back to
fine.
zero.
Okay.
Everyone's
All
back.
right.
Everyone's back to zero.
Okay. We'll just zero out everybody's
What you
account.
understand about the premise?
Yeah. So it does come from a magic fairy fund.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
By the way,
God,
people sending me messages on Twitter, the extermination, wholesale elimination of the group, extermination, not murder, because the people are not considered human. People are pointing out abortion in this country. If you want to at least point that out as far as exterminating them and not considering them human.
Yeah.
Jeffy's not on board.
I kind of am.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of am.
Can I get you into 8.5?
Yes. Yes. By the way, Biden is pushing through his probably illegal, definitely economically illiterate taxpayer bailout for student debt in hopes of bribing voters ahead of the election cycle. But new surveys suggest once Americans understand the actual implications of Biden's plan, public support collapses. And it's really hard to believe that, seriously, you didn't know this?
Right, it is.
Again, where do you think it's coming from? Of course it's coming from taxes. What do you think is going to happen? Well, I thought the government was going to do a really big bake sale. And make all kinds of money from that. Maybe a lemonade stand.
I can see why you'd think that. Yeah.
Sell some cookies and brownies, maybe? No, that's not how it's happening.
Weird.
Yeah, no cookies, no brownies. Kind of weird. If you ask people if they support the $10,000 in debt cancellation per borrower for people earning less than $150,000, 64% of people say yes, according to the Cato Institute. But nearly 2/3 of Americans oppose cancellation if it means raising their taxes. Ta-da! Okay.
Stupid morons.
I know.
Well, the thing is that Biden's plan is not going to raise taxes, right?
No, tell me, KJP, what's he going to do?
Okay.
What are we doing here?
We're gonna lower the deficit.
Yeah.
And
we're going to lower the deficit.
We're going to lower the deficit, and we're going to lower taxes.
It's going to cost $1 trillion.
Okay.
What are you talking about, KJP?
I'm just talking about the plan in front of us today.
Talking about the plan. Yeah, I love it. At his little speech over the weekend when Biden was, doing his little thing, he was talking about how, hey, look, we forgave all this debt. Now you can take that money you saved and go and buy a house. Because that's what we need. They couldn't handle the student loan debt, but they can sure handle a mortgage debt.
Well, that's what that's why he had quote tweeted a tweet, right, and mentioned somebody that tweeted him saying that they were 51 years old and they were able to start saving for their first house.
Oh, it's John Fetterman must have been tweeting him. Then. Okay.
My parents have been paying my way until just last year, but now I'm glad I'll be able to buy a house. Yeah. Well, I bought one for my sister.
How much that run you?
$1.
Oh my gosh, that set you back 4 quarters?
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't even 75 cents. It was $1 I had to pay her.
That's a good deal.
That is a good deal.
Good deal.
Jeffy's on board.
I am on board with that.
If Jeffy were in Pennsylvania still, he'd be voting for Fetterman.
On board with
He'd be
that.
like, I could see a lot of me in that John Fetterman
Absolutely.
guy.
We covered that on this program last week.
Okay.
Absolutely. If your parents are giving you, what was he making, $50,000 a year?
Yeah.
To sit on his butt.
Even more than that. I think it was like $54,000 a year.
Nothing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're deep pocketing that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you're proud, right? You're proud.
Of course.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you be?
He's being
because you got it coming.
Honest. He's being honest.
You've got it coming.
This is Jeffy.
Right.
They put up with their crap my entire life. That's the least they could do is write me a check every month.
Thank you.
Love it.
Oh, man. Also, the pronoun nonsense and trans thing still brewing.
Mm-hmm.
The drag queen shows for kids, all of that stuff becoming out of control. But there is some common sense that prevailed in Kansas recently. A Kansas teacher who sued the school district that suspended her for refusing to use a student's preferred pronouns reached a settlement with the district yesterday and will be awarded, or was this last Wednesday?
I think.
And will be awarded $95,000.
Good.
Nice.
Good luck.
This is great.
What do you mean, good luck?
Well, she gets it.
Yeah.
I mean, so many of these cases, oh, yeah, you were awarded that money. That's great. Yeah, we'll get that to you.
Yeah, right. Wait till the appeals process is finished. Is it a settlement?
I think it's a settlement.
Okay, good. Yeah, it does. It says a settlement. So, yeah, so she
may
she's
actually
going to get
get
it. Yeah. Attorneys with the Alliance Defending Freedom, which describes itself as advocating for the right of people to freely live out their faith, called the settlement a victory for free speech at public schools. You think? Southern Poverty Law Center, of course, describes the Alliance Defending Freedom as a hate group.
Oh, there it is. There it is. So that's good. We got
They're the hate group.
Yeah, she's
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A hate group because they're trying to defend people's rights to their religious beliefs.
Exactly. She said, not in my good conscience to lie.
That's why all these hate laws that are being bandied about in all the states right now, almost everybody is considering some sort of hate legislation. Who decides what's hate and what isn't? Who decides that?
You know how you look at a state like Utah, a very red state, and you think, okay, well, you know, there's at least some sanity out there. No, we had a drag show. Well, first we had a drag show at like a tea house thing in Salt Lake City.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And now we've got a drag show in Jeffy shrugging over there. Shut up. Anyway, let's go to Provo, Utah, where an entertainer that goes by the name of Jenna Talia danced for families there in Provo, Utah. If we
that
could roll
wonderful?
the tape there,
Yeah.
you can see Jenna dancing on the stage.
Oh, good.
There's
Jenna.
That's a dude.
Mm-hmm.
And look at all the families showing up there. Provo, Utah. Yeah, America has fallen.
Oh, my gosh.
Gross.
Oh, my gosh.
So there you go. That's Provo, Utah, not San Francisco, California, where this is happening.
Then, of course, we had the Roanoke situation, too, with the bar in Roanoke. But people are apparently showing up
That's
for
right.
it.
And that's what's shocking.
I don't get it.
These parents.
Hey, kids, let's go to a drag show.
Okay.
And
I don't understand it.
Jenna was putting out a good show.
No, bro. No.
Was she?
And then
he or she or
was putting out a
whatever.
good
you're
show.
just sexualizing these kids. Whether or not they end up being trans or drag queens or whatever.
Right.
As I forgot who said this on Twitter. I mean, you're just teaching them, look, you can sexualize yourself and make money as they're walking around getting dollar bills shoved in their little underoos. I mean, it's grotesque. I mean, America, man.
Yeah, very.
What,
Yep.
Jeffy? What? You got
Not a
something?
word did I
No,
say.
Jeffy, it's capitalism. There,
Not
I'll
a
say it
word
for you.
did I say.
You're
Thank
teaching
you.
them how to earn a living.
Thank you.
It's entertainment. There's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
You're just dancing around.
What's wrong with dancing? You don't want kids to have fun
What?
and enjoy their childhood?
You're not supposed to allow your kids to see somebody dance?
We have
Is that what it is?
We are an AI-generated Jeffy. You and I are pulling this off. You're just doing it for him. Did we get anything wrong, real Jeffy?
No, you're fine.
Jeffy
No, you're
1.0?
fine. Go ahead.
Yeah,
You're
Jeffy
fine. Go ahead.
2.0 nailed it. We knocked it out of the park.
Nothing wrong with a guy putting on a dress and dancing. What's wrong with that?
He's being himself. Let him. What's the problem?
What do you believe in gender stereotypes? Where men don't dress like girls? Is that what it is?
Stop telling people how to raise their kids.
Amen. Amen.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.